We all know I like RC cars, but I also like power tools. So why don't we put the two together and make a Milwaukee M18 powered RC car? I threw a drill battery inside of an RC. Yeah, put a brushless motor, 60 amp ESC, and a gyro. I'm expecting this thing to slide and be able to drift a bit. Let me show you guys what this thing can do. I made it pretty simple too. Hit this little power switch in the back, you should be going. Maybe I should glue those tires. This thing has a ridiculous amount of power. Look at that. Wheels are still spinning. I have this on a 4x4 system, 4-wheel drive. It's a TT02 chassis with the Stampede body. It's a Frankenstein of a build. Powered off a Milwaukee battery. Once we're done working on the house, we could just play a bit. Oh yeah, this is gonna be convenient. Wouldn't be a real test without a full parking lot. Oh, wow, this thing's got some power to it. Ooh. Oh. All right, yeah, this thing is fast. All right, I don't like that grinding at all, so let's take this back inside and tighten up those gears real quick. Tighten these things up and made the gear a little bit smaller too, so hopefully we get a little more torque than top speed. All right, let's see if that made a difference. Didn't want to say anything, but I actually had it on 50%, so let's turn it up a little bit. Really? One hit? Oh, the battery fell out. Slide that back in place. Boom. Look at that. Good Lord. See how much braking power this thing had? Man, Milwaukee batteries proven tough. Alright, just to save those gears, I'm taking it back to 50%. But this thing has more than enough power to stay fun. And I'm barely pulling the trigger right now. This is nice, but ooh, one good yank. Yeah, this thing has some power. Oh, it could take a hit. Other than the battery popping out a little bit, this thing is pretty fun. Yeah, Milwaukee RC car. I know you guys heard those grinding gears. Yeah, wasn't a big fan of that. So we're switching out to a belt drive system. Hopefully that solves the problem. I put a little screen up here so we know how much power we have left while we're running. So let's put a freshie in the car and go have some more fun. All right, let's give this thing one more shot. One thing I am realizing, it's cogging a lot just because it's, I guess, getting, yeah, it's struggling to pick up speed, guys. But once it does, man, this thing's insane. Yeah, let's try not to lose that momentum. And we're dead. Whoa. It's running a lot smoother, that's for sure. But still cogging out a lot. The belt drive is actually doing its job. It's gripping to everything. So it's really not letting anything slip. The slip was helping because this motor is meant for high speed torque. It was letting the motor spin up. With the low amp ESC, only 60 amps on this, 18 volts getting shoved right into that. It just didn't work out. This is not gonna work. We're gonna need a bigger RC car. Yeah. And this thing takes 6S LiPo, but we're not gonna be using that. We're gonna be swapping it out for a Milwaukee battery. For sure, this motor can handle it, and this is about I say 100 amp, maybe 120 amp. This is perfect. Modifications to this side right here. Get rid of this battery tray and maybe this side shielding. Let's mount up the Milwaukee. See how it looks. Now this is more like it. Got a huge can, huge ESC, and the battery fits in there snug. Have a little emergency pull just in case this thing decides to run away on us. Let's get out there. Not bad. It's not quick to take off, but it is not slow. And I'm already enjoying it. It is a much bigger, much heavier RC car to be pushing around. But yeah, I can already see that it's struggling. Also only had this thing on 50%, so see what 100 does. Keeps restarting on me. Let's put it back to 50% and see if it likes that. Yeah, I think it's just too much draw. Yeah, that battery just isn't strong enough to get a full pull with this. But ran on 50%, man, this thing is fun. So is it possible to drive a RC off of a Milwaukee battery? Yes. But is it practical? I mean, also kind of yes, to be honest. I will say it doesn't have as much punch as a LiPo battery, but gets the job done, guys. Milwaukee RC car. Yeah. I think it's telling me time to stop. All in all, we got the RC car to work. Ended up being a little bit too powerful for a 1/10 scale TTO2. Grinded those gears, but ended up turning the gears into like a limited slip differential. So it worked slightly. So we upped it to a bigger car, bigger motor, bigger gears. And now the battery is struggling. I don't think these things were meant to drive RCs, just power tools. What these things need is a LiPo with a high C discharge rate. That will give us a good punch. Well, guys, if you liked what you watched, go ahead and hit a like on the video and make sure to subscribe if you're not already. We actually just released a second channel too, Test Driver Auto, so go ahead and check that out. Till next week, guys. See ya.